Hello, 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 party people out there in the world. This is Coach Bailey chiming in with you today, and I wanted to stop in and just share with you about a few updates and changes that you all could be expecting from me. As always, my normal disclaimer, I'm in my squeaky chair. So you may hear it squeaky in the background, but I really wanted to hop on to share with you that I do have some changes going on with my schedule currently. So I do just want to make sure that I am being transparent. That way, if and when you are booking, you have a good understanding of what to anticipate and what to expect as we move forward. So the fun news is that I have been contracted to work with a non-for-profit to supply my services to this organization. So with that being said, I am unable to commit to the previous schedule that I had outlined just because this current project is consuming some of those available times that I would have typically had throughout the week and for some of the various sessions that I would host. So with all of that being said, moving forward, the new schedule for all of my coaching sessions, meditation sessions, as well as movement sessions will be restricted to just the weekend for now. So as long as I'm in contract with this organization, this will be our schedule moving forward. And then, like I said, as things change and as, we move into different months and different seasons and different assignments, I will always make sure that I come back to update you all on what we can do and what's possible. But starting today and moving forward, and you may see differences in when I post or how I post as well. But as of right now, moving forward into the rest of July, August, September, possibly. This will be my schedule. So we will do weekend availability between the hours of 12 noon and 5 p.m. And the sessions will still be 60 minutes long. I do believe that that is valuable for my clients when we are meeting through our virtual sessions. And then I will also still have my sessions where I'm doing our freebies where we're posting on YouTube or posting in other platforms just so that you can still be able to have some of those free sessions available or those free resources. But when it comes down to the actual paying clients, this is what the future will look like for now. The main things that will be the same, of course, when it comes down to booking, would be you can always book through my actual site. When it comes down to booking through the actual site, there is a complimentary session where you can book and we'll get to know each other to make sure that we are a good fit. And then from that session, if we are a good fit for each other and if I am able to provide you with the coaching that would best benefit you, and if it makes sense for both of our schedules, then we will actually move on to paid sessions moving forward. As always, I do currently still have my Groupon promotion going on, which does not have that preliminary complimentary session. When you book through Groupon, you will be paying for your session right out the gate, but it is at a discounted rate for now as we are transitioning through this phase. I always like to keep the Groupon there as an option, so it is something that you may see, you may not see, depending on what's going on. But the Groupon is an option for my clients who are not financially stable or cannot afford the regular booking fee because something is going on in their life that is preventing them from having the funds to actually purchase the regular package. I believe that therapy, counseling, any type of help. Now, I'm not a therapist or a counselor. I am a life coach. There's different credentialings that go into each and every of those. So I cannot call myself a therapist or a counselor. So what I'm offering is not therapy or counseling. It is life coaching. But I do believe that when it comes down to accessibility, these things should not be limited to only the upper echelon of people. I believe that everyone is going through different things in their life. They need assistance, help, guidance, advice, etc. So I do throw in the Groupon offer there every now and then just to ensure that my clients are able to gain the support that they need. All of the sessions moving forward will remain virtual. So whether that's via us chatting through like a virtual setting where I set up like a Google Meet or something of that nature, Zoom call, whatever is best for your platform, or if we're just doing it like a call session, those will remain the same because once again, I feel that that is the best way to support my clients. Sometimes people are limited because they're like, I don't feel like getting dressed today, or I don't feel like cleaning my house, or I don't feel like going to a professional background. And I have noticed that sometimes when people have those type of barriers, they're more resistant to getting the assistance that they need. So part of what I like to do is remove as many barriers as possible. So our sessions will continue to be virtual through webcam, through audio, and through phone. When it comes down to our movement sessions, those will also remain virtual. And also, our meditation will also remain virtual. So when it comes down to what the movement and the meditation will look like, it depending on what your needs are and what your goals are, you can always, like I said, turn on your camera so that we can move through these sessions. You could keep your camera off, or if it's better for you, then I can just speak to you through the movements and the meditations as we proceed. Now, what's soon to come will be the library hub. So on my website, say for instance, the weekend hours between 12 and 5 p.m. do not work for you. In addition to the sessions that I am posting on YouTube that will give you that boost that you're looking for when it comes down to building your self esteem, building your self confidence, and building your self image of yourself, there will also be online libraries or online videos that you can access through the library hub, and you will find that on my website as well. So they will be starting to be published and pushed out mid-July. That way you can have access to some of those things. And what you can expect inside of the library hub will be the movement and the meditation classes. You will also be able to access them through YouTube, but I also want to offer the online hub as a resource. That way you can have a few different places to find them and to access them. Do know when it comes down to the movement and the meditation, these will be things that you can do at work or if you have like a quiet moment to yourself. And I will try my very best to keep them between 15 to 20 minutes long, just so it's something that you could obtain and complete in a reasonable amount of time within your day-to-day activities and your day-to-day life. I think sometimes some of those hour-long videos when it comes down to like working out or stretching or whatever the case is can be a little bit daunting because we're always thinking of how can I fit this into my life. So when it comes down to the online hub and our movement and meditations that you'll be able to look forward to will be that they will be sizable for your day to day. So, like I said, it shouldn't be more than 15 to 20 minutes long. Sometimes I may even toss like a 5 to 10-minute one in there just as a refresher so that you can refresh yourself throughout your busy day and your busy life. And then, of course, lastly, I am open to contracts. So I love creating relationships that are long lasting and that could facilitate different levels of your growth and development. And sometimes that growth and development looks like growing your employees in the corporate setting, private practice or small business setting, or like I'm doing now, a non for profit or a nonprofit setting. So these different goals that businesses may have for their employees could look different depending on what the need and demand is. But I always tie it back to what I do, which is building confidence, purpose, and self esteem inside of these organizations. So if you are open to any contracts and working with me on a short term or long term basis, please know that I am accepting contracts. So if you yourself work for any of these type of organizations, businesses, or institutions, please reach out to me. Or if you feel that your organization could benefit from my work, please let me know. I'm super interested in collaborating with people across departments as we like to say, centers of excellence. So let me know. You can always put it inside of the description. You can always fill out the form that I always attach to the description bar. And I look forward to connecting with anyone that is open to an opportunity and if it's a good match for both of us. As always, that brings me to the end of this particular slide. So, like I said, this is just an update on what you can expect for, like I said, the next couple of months. There are some changes to the schedule as well as to the hours of operation. I know that typically I had a little bit more flexibility in the actual work week, but because of this commitment that I am involved with, that does change what I'm able to do for now. As always, if you have any additional questions, please fill out the form. I tell everyone all the time there's a form in the description that's there for any questions or inquiries, any thoughts, any notes, any private messages that you want to send me, anything that you would like for me to talk about publicly. So please go ahead and fill that out, and I will look forward to answering any questions or inquiries that you have. And then, as always, don't be a stranger. Make sure you stop back in with us again for our next message. Have a great day.